careful what you let your kids wear to school. Be mindful of that. They'll influence the teacher's perception of your child. Even later on in life, Tamer being scholarship recipients, you start going to the workforce, the jobs and the companies, and you have to impress the person that's trying to hire you in the interview process. And they will ask these questions to themselves. Should I hire him or her? Or is he or she an asset to this job or company? So what's your people's first impression of you when you go to your work and the job and so forth? What's their first impression of you? Does my appearance represent to who I am? Sometimes we have to sacrifice wearing certain things, clothes, in order to get the things or to go to the next level in life. So be mindful of that. Even when you go later on in life, when you're looking for your companion, your husband or wife, you have to be mindful of that. Amen? Amen. If I can use as another word for presentation, us young people, we use the word swag. Or swagger. So the older people, that's a good word. It's not a bad word. But you have swagger. I found out that the ladies, y'all have this type of radar signal to figure out if a guy has swagger. Do you have swagger? Guys, it's between 100 or 0. That's the way they grade, or not in between. It's not in between. So let me give you an example. Us guys, we be thinking our swag is on 100. And we be trying to holler or talk at a lady. And after we leave and walk away from the lady, they think otherwise. They be saying to themselves, or they be texting their girlfriends. They were like, he ain't even trying to get a job. What is he wearing? His swag is on 0. He need to step his game up. So tell your neighbor, step your game up. Step your game up. Also, the way we talk or communicate determines people's impression of us. Do we use foul language? Do we curse? Do we gossip on a daily basis? Do we speak to people in authority or people in general in a respectful manner? So we see that the tongue is very important, and it's a powerful weapon that we use in the correct way. Young people watch what you put on Facebook and Twitter. I know y'all be on Facebook and Twitter, but you have to watch out what you put on those networks, because people, even the people that's hiring you, they be looking at your profile and stuff, so be mindful of that. You want your name to have value everywhere you go, so when people mention your name, you don't want them to have a bad connotation of your name. So when we think of presentation, or how to present ourselves, have this scripture in mind. Romans 12, 1-2. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God. So in order for you to get the presentation and appearance right, you have to get your mind right first. First point was presentation. The next point I would like to discuss is being consistent. Most of you know the film director and the playwright Tyler Perry. Well, when he was younger, he was confronted by someone. They said, Mr. Perry, you have all these great projects, you have all these great movies that you're trying to put together, but you don't seem to finish them, you don't seem to complete them. So we're talking about consistency here. And in a few years, he completed so many movies in a few years. And I share this story to say this, that people are looking for someone who's consistent and able to stay focused on things in life. That attitude inspires people in so many ways. Are you consistent at work or at school? Students, do your homework. That helped me out a lot in school. I didn't do that good on quizzes or tests, but if I did all my homework, I get a good grade. I at least get an average on my grade. So in this next point I would like to discuss is really, it might step on a few people's toes, but I have to say it. Are you a timely person? Because the type of person that people can't stand is a procrastinator. Procrastinator is never on time for anything. Jobs start at 6. You come in there at 6:45. The meeting starts at 1 o'clock.